Good evening and welcome to tonight's series. Today we have another NGS Division A cast. This time we are going back to that, not ranked, the tournament series with Boogans Forever taking on under Newb management. Right. In terms of map bans, we did see BOE and Towers of Doom banned out by Boogans Forever, while under Newb management did ban out Alterac Pass and Tomb of the Spider Queen, leading us to this Braxis holdout map. So without any further ado, let us cut into the game. When I remember buttons and such, there we go. Excellent.
Facility powering up.
Right. That is wonderful. That is all we needed. I have clicked on a wall, so that health is showing and will be for a while. Let's just fix that up. Right. On the left-hand side of, oh gosh, Boogans Forever, we do have Pleo on the Samuro, Liddell on the Garrosh, Sneaky Globes on Orphea, AG, Silver AG on the Tigers and Ellen Default on BY Default on the Anduin. On the right hand side for, I'm wondering if I have these teams the right way around now. Under new management we have Bummernaut on the, that name seems familiar. Give me a moment while I check these teams, or which way around these teams are on the website very quickly. Because sometimes when you have a replay, you sometimes get teams just ending up the wrong way around. Could you guess what's happened? And on the right hand side of Boogans Forever, we have Bummernaut on the Mirrodin. Let's double check this. Yep. Campbell is on the Cassiet. Bummernaut barely jumps out. Thundercat's on the Stukov, non-champion on Chromie, and up top we see Tompies on that Dahaka. So we did see quite a few abilities being traded out quite early on there, yet no one was falling quite yet. We did see definitely both the tanks being very low, especially Bummernaut on that tank, but fortunately Bummernaut, when they're able to engage with that Dwarf Toss, are able to regain a lot of their health thanks to Second Wind, and we do see the... Oh, that's a lot of damage coming out on the Garrosh. Garrosh not able to get any heal off, and that'll be the Garrosh going down first. Keep in mind, this is one of Garrosh's fun hero stat that I just so happen to know. This is one of Garrosh's best maps. And we should see it hopefully paying off in this round. Up in the top lane, we do see that there will be the war between both the Tompies and the Samuro. Actually, I do like the Haka and the Samuro just because it does get so many hits off. When we get to level 4s, we may see that Hero Stalker talent, and that will probably pay off amazingly well. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. Right, looking back bot, we do see that this bottom objective is flipped over as the side of Boogans Forever did decide to back off and do that camp. Bummernaut is able to keep the side of the side of under Newb management out. And we do see now that the side of under Newb management is getting over that objective. We see Garrosh getting very low to that silence once again, so Liddell does step back in to get the W. It looks like Mirrodin jump was not eaten, so they're able to leap out. And now we see both the objectives going back over to the side of Boogans Forever. This is a very flip-floppy performance by both teams. They're just both taking turns at taking the objective. Excellent stun by Bummernaut. This poor Garrosh is just having to eat silences after silences. Bummernaut jumps out. We do see Liddell pulled at exactly the same time as Campbell does use that bend, so they go following in after them. And that will be the first objective going over to the side of Boogans Forever, which is a very fast objective phase. We do see that there is a reasonable Zerg here. It's not the biggest, but still does have to be defended for Chromie. At least up until... Where are you going? We just see Dahaka go top for now. Samuro did hear bot. Garrosh is kind of floating around underneath, but he is found by that Chromie E. No, not Chromie E, but Chromie Activatable. And we see that the red side of Boogans Forever are now starting to push in. Tompies does get the tongue onto the minion. Excellent stuff. We just see quite a slow push, a slow defense of these three... What are they called? Guardians? That Guardian goes down, yep. So all in all, we see a pretty relatively even trade, all considering. Okay, top well did go down. That will be the difference maker here by a considerable margin. That top well does a lot to help the offlaner really kind of do what they... Just helps them sustain through all the kind of damage that is put out by the side of... By the... wow, I'm forgetting hero names. By the Space Yoshi Tahaka. So Tahaka should now be in a very good spot to help deal against that Samurai when the time comes. We do see people going down onto this Tompies. Tompies does, however, back out to safety. Very good stuff by them. You see now getting a heavy push into that bottom lane, but we do also see this mirror being top. I think I prefer the race of the side of Boogans forever ever so slightly, depending if Samurai comes to help. We do see Tompies thrown in. Liddell taking a lot of damage here. But that, however, will be Tahaka going down. Liddell getting very close, but not quite enough. Yep, we did see that top get taken faster thanks to Tahaka being enough of a distraction, while this is getting very low, but bottom will not quite go down. So all in all, we have had one Zerg wave kind of go over to the side of Boogans forever. However, we do see that they only barely have an advantage of this. This fort is barely holding on 700 health. Really not much in the grand scheme of things. Bumnort was thrown, but the throw is just kind of messed up, and Bumnort does not... The Mirrodin does not quite get thrown off. Tompies runs in, tries to get the tongue onto someone, however, barely falls short. Very unfortunate stuff. That would have been a very good pick to find anyone there. As with that Tahaka, you have an excellent amount of lockdown. Just going to check one thing very quickly, as I realize I haven't even looked at talent yet. We just see E being stacked, that will be Bumnort barely jumping out, thank you to that silent circle, meaning that damage was not able to follow up. I've accidentally pushed a button, just finding that Orphea. Yep, we see Bumnort just getting out with such a low health total. So for stacks, we do see the Mind Devourer on Orphea at 7. In the rhythm from Tychus, so that's very interesting to see. And we do see that Piercing Light on Anduin, something that some people consider a bit of a trap talent. On the left hand side, we do see that Tissue Regeneration. And funnily enough, we don't see Hero Stalker, but we do see Lurker Strain. And we do see the Thunderstroke from Cassius, so stacking that Q build. That Q build obviously getting a lot of damage as time goes along. You guys haven't actually looked at a few things. We've seen Liddell go down quite low, and Liddell is just taken out once again. That larger E does so much zoning that just anyone pushing in just kind of gets hit with so much kind of damage and just can't play out any of their own. And I see it just now that Raka has joined the chat. It's wonderful to see you today, Raka. We do see Tompies once again trying to get this through, and we do see that channel over. All in all, this camp is still pushing behind them, so Red will not have that kind of wave and vision pressure pushing up with them, which may be a bit of a problem in the long run, but realistically, they should be fine. And you see them just backing off to take this camp. Actually, a few rotating up to help up here. You see non-champion forcing out Pilo? I don't know. But yeah, they were kind of forced out there by the side of Boogans forever. We will see 10s coming through very not very shortly, but shortly enough for the side of Boogans forever. However, they are just kind of playing it slow, giving up objective presence once out. No, not quite. There's Tompies. He's just doing his Space Yoshi things, you know, just going around, slapping some boys. Yeah, slapping some boys. Personal favorite of mine. We do see Liddell is taking a decent amount of damage once again. Just move that camera up to them as I keep getting a bit thrown off. And we just see the siege coming slowly through for this. Oh, no, actually quite a big amount of the siege now through the side of... Oh god, I can't remember the name all of a sudden. Good work, me. Under Newb management. But we see these objectives are being flipped by the side of Boogans forever, as they do have that talent. Level 10 advantage. I'm pushing wrong buttons again. I'm very out of it today. Oof. That's alright, this is why we do them not live, where I can just kind of relax, just kind of talk through things, feel what I feel, talk about what I talk. We do see the isolation coming out from Tahaka. That is relatively standard pick at this point. It's something I've seen picked up for a lot of time. Actually, no, I say that, but in competitive, it's much more of a standard pick, while in ranked mode as well as in... So Storm League, quick match, you see a lot more of that adaptation, that hard to kill Tahaka. Obviously we see that Chromie slowing sands. I think everyone has been personally attacked or harmed by those slowing sands. More Lightning Cassia, Avatar Mirrodin, and Flaily Swipe Stukov. All pretty straightforward things. We do see the Decimate Garrosh, interesting choice. The Light Bomb on the Anduin, Bladestorm Samuro, Draken Laser Drill Tychus, bold, and the Eternal Feast Orphea. Orphea? I have heard both pronunciations at this point, and I'm just not sure. If anyone has an opinion, Orphea would be very interesting to hear. Alright, we do see once again this kind of defense of these Guardians and this camp, while just the side of under Newb management is being zoned out, but we do see that quickly backed off. Samuro now just trying to push up, just give vision, while it looks like the side of Beyonding, apparently Boogans Forever will be going to do that top camp. And it looks like soon to follow will be just the side of under Newb management doing their own. Or at least scouting boss? No. Ooh, we're getting an aggressive play here. Nope, they changed your mind. Okay. So all in all, we did see this 4-man actually covering this camp. Okay, you do say all fair. Interesting. Chromie does place Hourglass on the boss just to make sure that they have vision on it. Right, while we're getting a bunch of posturing in between these objective phases, I wanted to have a little talk about the theory of the game, as I'm just going to zoom out a little bit sooner as we see everyone just posturing about, kind of not sure what to, or fear. Okay. But yeah. And also, hello, Lich Queen, good to see you in here. Right, just, yeah, we do see these posturing. Both of these team comps are very much built to fight. We do see the Samuro did go into that critical strike, Way of a Blade at 1, actually ultimately buffing their damage, so quite helpful into someone such as an offlaner, especially on this map. You could bully people out of the objective, but Tompi has been a very good hero for dealing with that, and they actually have a lot of kind of counter soak. They do have that kind of this W here to help deal with the clones and such, especially because Samuro did not go the spell armor. We see both teams kind of rotating around as the side of Boogans Forever do have that level advantages. We're really just playing ring around the rosy around this boss. It is impressive. Non-champion is in a very bad position, to put it lightly, and we do see that Kip. That is an excellent timeout. There'll be a good stun coming out from the Anduin. See a lot of damage here. Orphea did drop the... Oh god, now I'm saying Orphea. Orphea dropping that big abyssal chomp thing. Oh, we did see Garrosh King trade out for the Orphea. So now we see that is pretty much even. Tompies in the backline doesn't quite hit the tongue. Now they're out of position. AG, Silver, AG try their best to melt them. Tompies got to the bush. However, Tychus did use that grenade to take them down. 2 for 1, not fantastic. And the patience of under Newb management proved to be a bit stronger compared to that of Boogans Forever. Oh no, it was a very good fight. But yeah, I was basically saying both teams are built for fighting. However, Garrosh is just known to be one of those brawly heroes, and this, again, being one of his best maps, as you're able to isolate someone, not the Dahaka, but you're able to separate someone from their team, and you're able to take them down relatively efficiently. And now we just see, again, that posturing, just people just dancing back, forwards and back and forward and back. And just trying their best to fight. Oh, we do see Vominor getting comboed by the Garrosh. They jump back into that. I can't remember what the Orphea is called, but we see a lot of ults being popped there. Thundercats does use that swipe, and actually that will be the Tychus going down in the middle of all of that. I need to zoom in because I realize I'm quite far out, but Vominor getting relatively low. Same for non-champion. They're just trying their best. They do manage to flip this bottom over, so they're no longer kind of dealing with all these issues. Issue of that Zerg wave coming in, which we can see is already at 94%. Thank you, it is Eternal Face. Crushing Jaw is the other ult. Sometimes I remember what things are called, sometimes I don't. Apparently it's one of those days. I do remember a lot of the talents most of the time, but I do not play enough Orphea. It's definitely not my strong suit. Of all the mages I play, she is one of the few I do not. She's one of the few I want to get better on, but we do see that... Space Yoshi is fine, don't worry. Dahaka lives. Liddell's stepping up by themselves. Tompi's barely missing that tongue. Thank you to Liddell's mount for basically carrying them away. And it looks like we're seeing a very kind of we're seeing that Boogans Forever being much more aggressive into the enemy team. They know they have a fight of them currently, even though or at least they believe they have fun of them currently. Tompi steps back in, gets hit by all the CC, including that Decimate, including that Anduin root, and that will be the Dahaka going down, just a bit too aggressive that time. You only have 2 health bars, Dahaka not 3 in this case, and unfortunately that was not enough to survive. So, but we do still see 16s come through for this side of Boogans Forever, as we do see just those key talents being pressed up. It's a bit early, and we see a lot of these damage spikes. However, that will be 100-0 Zerg for the side of under Newb management. So the comps are definitely coming along in this late game, but both teams do have that form of scaling. We do see that Thunderstroke, which isn't as high as you'd think for something like this map, but we do also see that Anduin's piercing line. Actually, considering all the little skirmishes that's been happening, there hasn't been much happening, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, sure, buttons are being pushed, health is going down, but there hasn't really been too much in the way of meaningful kills, as we see both sides are at 4 kills to 4 kills. Actually, we see here this Zerg is doing a lot, while sure the red Zerg was smaller, but is actually getting petered out relatively quickly. Just the red team is actually doing very well to defend this, or considering it is a 14-minute Zerg wave. That 14-minute, as we get, always with me just saying random things, or just things that kind of relate to the game, that I'm pretty sure are true, but not entirely sure, which is just really how I cast in general. Pretty sure, but not certain. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the objectives such as that scale with time. And now we get back to probably posturing. So I'm just going to put it here. Here's like one of the only camps up on map. We just see that bottom bush checked. I'm just going to yawn real quick over here. I'm tired apparently. Let's just bring up some stats. Yeah, we just both getting to that. We just soak lane, make sure our buildings don't get pushed into phase of the game. We do see that in terms of tankiness, Garrosh and Dahaka are actually relatively close, while Anduin is still beating out that Stukelman healing by a good 7-ish K. So Dahaka's taken a lot of damage, but that is just really... Dahaka is one of those people who can take a lot of damage, and they will do, just because they're a kind of bulkier boy. Can't do too much. And we do see that Boogans Forever are once again clearing out his camp, clearing out wave, etc, etc. Samurai does scout that bush. We see this clone just kind of biding its time. And it just kind of disappears. The red team is now doing camp. Samurai is pushing in bot lane. We do see that he does have Blade Storm up if he chooses to push faster. He does not, however, so we're just getting safe play from both sides. Neither team is really wanting to commit to the fight or to an objective. We do see that blue can be... Oh, sorry. Oh, I keep yawning. Blue wants to be more aggressive. That's an excellent times stun, but however, that Anduin pool just proves too strong at times, and that will be the Liddell being pulled out. We did see hear Samurai and see Samurai use that blade dance, wave a blade, I don't know. We see Bumdor going down, and that is a Muradin barely surviving. Thank you to that avatar form. Tom Peace manages to push both a few members of the blue team away with that lurking lurky boy. Lurking boy. Lurker Strain. I was going to say the right thing, but I went, nah, Lurker Strain sounds like Stukov, right? Yeah, nah, definitely Stukov wasn't Stukov. Fun fact, we do see an excellent stun coming out onto... That looked very weird, Sneaky Glades being thrown, pulled in the middle of throw. However, that is a 2-for-0 kill for the side of Boogans Forever. You see Samurai just being a pest, slowing him down. And yep, I like this call, take the boss. Objectives are going to be a bit annoying to cap with Samurai just doing the Sabado thing. As he could just, you know, make his boys go invisible, teleport around, this and all that nonsense. So yeah, we do see both objectives now over to the side of Boogans Forever. Samurai very much considering what he's going to do at the current point in time. Non-champion shows there. Pilo does get hit, but really not too much in terms of danger. We did see Samurai just kind of walked on out. Like for bad he is. Oh. Okay, I thought I missed something because I saw Samurai over here all of a sudden. Ah. Man, I just keep yawning. So sorry, everyone. I just need to start amping up my energy, I guess. Right. So a few ways which I can do that. One is just talking louder, kind of getting more excited, getting into the hype. So we see this camp getting cleared. Objective does go over to the side of Boogans River. The other side's just getting really aggressive into my accent, which is always a fun one. But that one is usually safe for when Junkrats appear. And unfortunately, we don't see a Junkrat. Anyway, we do see this full Zerg pushing through. You see just people just making sure that this bush is checked. This bush has been a trap for quite a few teams over the season, I have found. And just the few games I have watched, Liddell is getting zoned out here by a Ultralisk. I pushed on it, now I can't push out. And it looks like we may... Well, yeah, that's still a very big Zerg going to core. If the side of under Newb management go down here, then we may see an end call. Liddell was actually nearly very went down mid-sentence, however were unable to go down. As a silence onto the Garrosh. Garrosh is starting to do that spin to win. The Beyblade is going. We do see him go down first, however that is Tiger soon to follow, so that will likely be a GG. Orphea trying their best to 1v5, however the Dark Tongue hits him, and that will be the core falling. GG! Boogans forever take the first map as I just kind of start pushing buttons, making sure I get to where I want to get and closing a bunch of things I don't need open, because my word, I have way too many things open, it turns out, because I want to make sure I tick this. And now I go back over to this screen, click the transition button, and show some stats. We all know how much everyone likes stats. My personal stats, the healer stats, we do see that both Anduin and Stukov were actually very close in healing, a 1k difference. However, we did see Stukov just do a bit more in terms of utility. We did see that silence pay off a lot. Garrosh, amongst others, died quite a few times to it, while the Anduin double root for piercing light only hit once. Not fantastic in terms of you really found that kind of means you didn't fully utilize a talent. However, I personally like the talent Piercing Light. I have been told by numerous people that it is not a great talent, a bit memey, but I like what I like. Anyway, in terms of a team fight, kind of just synergy between teams, we did see both teams had a lot of that fight, being Orphea's excellent PvP, Samurai as well, Tyke as well, Cassie as well, Chromie as well. All love like that good, like a lot of brawly fights. However, there is one large problem that I do see with under Noob's management side, and it did kind of rear its ugly head, is when it came to Zerg, they didn't exactly have a quick clear. I was expecting Odin actually a lot of this game, and we did see that Draken laser drill, so I was very confused when it came out, and it does look like it may have just been a slight kind of oversigned draft. I do understand that they were very much looking like they did not plan on losing the objective, and they did have the comp to do so, just for Stukov really for a hammer of works on those objectives, and just a few too many early losses on the side of under Noob management kind of led us to this. Anyway, I'm just going to briefly throw over talents, just see if there's anything stick out. I'm just going to read it real quick with my old man eyes. Yes. Those are indeed talents. Anyway, just things to point out. I don't know how Samurai works, man. I understand deflection works out quite well, but it's a Dahaka, so maybe you want the spell armor just because of how the... Oh gosh, the W works on him. Tiger's only really had 64 stacks of Inver Rhythm, which isn't a fantastic amount, especially on one of these more brawly maps. But same thing for Cassia. Thunderstroke only got to 57. Which you already have a mage. I'm wondering whether something such as auto attack Cassia, which gets very strong into the late game, especially into something such as Garrosh, would have been slightly better. Other things don't. Stukov did go at silence build, which is why it was such a menace. Anyway, I'm going to throw it to a brief break while I set up the next map, as I remember how tabbing things work. As I'm going to quickly throw it on over to this map pick screen, and if you're watching closely, you'll see in real time me realizing what map it is. We'll talk to everyone in just a few moments. And I have returned. This time we see an Infernal Shrines map. I love when I'm using the map picker just for the screen, kind of just showing what map is going where. I can see just things like Black Heart's Bay at the bottom, and I sit there wondering, what if Black Heart's Bay joined the map pool? What if something like Hanamura came back? And then I think, well, you can have a choice in that with the NGS end of season survey, where you can basically, I believe there was a question saying what maps should be available to the potential map pool, to things that can be voted back in, and I believe some of the options were things like all maps legal. So yeah, if you want to voice your opinion about about what changes may or should be changed in terms of season 13, apart from haha me win every match plus, then yeah, you should go through it, as I have known that they do end up reading those surveys. Anyway, we do see that we went to Infernal Shrines. As I was going on like a tangent, I should say, as I always do, I do not know who picked the map, or who, let me rephrase, I don't know whether under Newb management chose map pick or first pick, just because I try not to spoil myself the series, and typically if I know that detail, I know the first map is really kind of, any map that has a map after it is kind of spoiled, and I prefer to go into these as blind as possible. Okay. Yes, that is true. There is a favorite caster vote that is being pointed out to me that is currently on the NGS site. Well, I don't think maybe I deserve it just because I came into the season so late. I definitely wouldn't mind if people voted for me, but I'd fully understand if others were voted, such as the wonderful Raka, who pointed this out in the first place. Anyway, I've been dallying quite a bit. Let's get into the game, just so we can get this show back on the road, as I am tired. I'm an old man. I nearly clicked the wrong button. Right, let's click this, and we have it going. And they've changed sides back to their original. Give me a moment. I'm just going to go in here and people can watch this magic of fixed. Boogans Forever is on the left-hand side. We do see Tom Peace on that Dahaka. Camp Bella's on that Speedo Tychus. Thundercats on the Anduin. Bumminor on the Stitches. Non-champion on the Fireman, Kael'thas. And on the right-hand side, we do see Liddell on the Diva. Pilo on the Greymane. Ellen by default. On the Malfurion. AG Silver AG on the... Oh, they are on the ETC, the namesake of my team. And Sneaky Glades on the Junkrat, so I can't get aggressively Australian/Kiwi, whichever you prefer in this one, mate. And we do see Bumnut getting very low. Pilo managing to swipe out, getting actually... No, not quite swiping out. They do get the roll-off. Camp Bellas barely gets the overkill on them. And the... Spray and pray? Overkill? What's that ability called? Come here. Yeah, it is indeed overkill. Gets the overkill on them, and that will be the Greymane going down. Silver does get interrupted. Actually uses their W to try to get people off, but not quite. We do see them use slide. Hook is dodge. Excellent dodge by Silver there. We just see Top, Liddell, and Tomby. So starting to really do that double soak thing that they do. Everyone runs through... Oh, well, no. Stitches ran through Junkrat Trap, and Kael'thas was pushed away. You know, the fastest clear on the side of Boogans Forever. Now, great. Now I've got to mentally reset just... Oh, Boogans now on the blue side. And my brain is just slowly catching up to it, going, far out they are. Just to... Not quite swear too aggressively yet. Okay, we're seeing that Junkrat Trap just coming in. Ooh, Camp Bellas did think about running on the objective, however they did not in the end. Bumminor does get booped out by a Junkrat. We do see Tongue coming out onto... Yeah, that's a... I love the death animation of this game, sometimes just a ragdoll, but unfortunately that is Greymane going down yet another time. Dahaka did come all the way down to see if they needed to help out the side of Boogans Forever, however it just looks like they're returning back to their double rotation. And this is kind of where we do see that the blue comp of Boogans Forever have kind of thrived, where what they need to do essentially to win. Their win condition is that team fight. They can find an early pick. But yeah, their goal is to find the early pick with things such as that Stitches Hook and the melt potential between both non-champion and Camp Bellas, and then just kind of snowball the advantage. So their goal is to pick someone, have a man advantage, and go in with that. Meanwhile, we do see a much more standard kind of brawly style from under Newb management with that ETC, with things such as the Greymane, Junkrat just wanting to pile up a lot of damage. Speaking of Junkrat, we did see trap build of him. And talents to note that I haven't actually pointed out yet, as we just see also Greymane's just... I just put it on the Greymane. Here you go. Here's a nice camera shot for you. We do see that the Dahaka did go at Heart's Agility at 1. Kalphus went Mana Addict. We do actually see a lot of stack doubts. Oh, Master Assassin from... Oh, hi Diva. Master Assassin from the... Not Kalphus, Tychus. Right, I'm going to zoom back out now because we are getting back into things. And Piercing Light from Adwin. On the left-hand side, all we actually see in terms of stacking is the Prog Rock from the ETC. I don't know why I was like, yeah, let's bring the metal. I really just wanted to go down that route, but no, good to see we did do it anyway, because I was like, thankfully I didn't, but I'm like, no, you literally just said it, Line Boss. What do you want about? Oh, that's an excellent route from the Malfurion. I'm just going to call him his name, because I can't remember Malfurion's name. But we did see that Bumnort did get that hook out, and that will act as a cleanse. Well, yeah, I believe it acts as a cleanse / unstop for people who are hooked. We just see a hook coming out. Unfortunately, it still is that shorter hook most by Ellen by default did not go down. Silver doing their best to run the Living Bomb into the rest of their team. Unfortunately, Diva Bomb was used off that objective, so it doesn't quite get much off. Silver did give it slide off. Hitting the non-champion, however, was rooted in their tracks, so they could not go any further. Silver, you're spreading bombs. Silver! Ah! Silver barely holds on, though, and we're actually just seeing, yeah, that Boogans Forever has had that 7 advantage for quite a bit, and we're really very much just implementing and just kind of reinforcing that, yeah, they have the advantage back up under Newb management, but however, that advantage is now gone. The objective's still relatively close, and we see Silver pushing on once again, getting already very low. Greymane just doing that auto attack thing. He does have his W up. I can't remember what that's called. Please do not ask. And if you know yourself, it would be nice for you to tell me. Excellent slide by ETC as we see a root hit all 3 of them. Non-champion getting dove on. Pilo backing out. Tompies did get the tongue onto Pilo. Pilo got rooted, is able to get out. The Stitches unable to lock them down. Unfortunately, that is the inherent weakness of Stitches. Stitches short, great for getting picks. In terms of CC, pretty low. At least until 16. 16 they do get the 80% slow on Slam if they do go into that, which I believe most do. However, we will not be seeing that picked up yet, as the first objective of the Arcane Punisher will be going over to the side of Boogans Forever after a pretty long skirmish, let's say. I'm going to zoom back in. We do see Jump hitting the Junkrat. Junkrat is dead. Junkrat is dead. Oh no. Crikey. Throwing crikey. That's not good, mate. But yeah. Let's just stop that before I get any more trouble. Bumnor does throw the hook out. Doesn't quite finding anything. Silver is stunned by the Punisher. The Punisher working as the team's 15-second stun currently, and just very much just poking down the side of... Oh, they've got DMX in bottom lane. We'll look back at that again at a very short moment, as we do see a lot coming out. ETC does get hit by the Punisher stun, getting very low, and just because of all the damage coming out, that will be the ETC going down. Oh, there's Malfurion getting gorged and getting pulled back into the team, and that will be them dying before the root even lands. Fortunately, however, the Punisher is down. However, there is the side of under Newb management that lost about 3 heroes during that one kind of active Punisher phase as opposed to Shrine phase, and that will be them going down. Well, that's just rude, Tychus. Throwing a grenade at man is not acceptable under any circumstance whatsoever. But yeah, we do see just Blue kind of has control over the map currently because of his 10s, and because the side of under Newb management does have to respect the Stitches. Stitches hook is such an amazing tool in terms of if someone gets hooked by it and you have no one else near, that target may die. I say may die because I've definitely recorded playing Stitches before, throwing out a hook and just kind of staring at my Storm League teammates going, Guys! Kill him! And they just kind of walk out on full health. You're like, well, piss. But yeah, we just see tens now have come through the side of... Oh, that is Silver hooked and kind of pulled, and then we see the Anduin pull to confirm the kill. Oh, that's unfortunate, but however, Silver's trying their best. Ellen by default, unfortunately, not being able to save him, as Campbellas did have that... Oh, I heard a curse bullet. Did get that grenade onto them. Dahaka did get hit by the trap. That's just the power of Junkrat having annoying traps. Look at it go. That's a man rooted right there. The trap chased him down. Hook Ty, and Ty got stunned for a while, and Campbell was just taking apart that well. Good work by the Tychus. No healing for the enemy team. Personally, a way I play Tychus, but I also die on Tychus a lot. This is a much better Tychus than I can play. Anyway, quickly running over ults. We do see isolation on Tombies, as I actually will see Liddell going down off of us here. We see Pyroblast on the Pyroblast on the Kael'thas. Commandeer Odin on the Tychus. Gorge on Stitches. And the Light Bomb on Anduin, who does already have 1 stack piercing light this game. Bottom lane, we do see Silver going that Mosh. Also, there is a 2-level difference between both teams currently. It's something very important. And that extended hook comes out. Doesn't quite hit Pilo. Speaking of Pilo, they did pick up that curse bullet. Oh, Bunny Hop from the... Bunny Hop's a very interesting talent of that. We don't usually see it picked up, or a lot of people at least refer to it as a meme talent. But Bunny Hop in the right situation can be very good. And these objectives, if you want to control them, it's probably one of the best places for that Bunny Hop. Anyway, the other things I mentioned, Tranquility and Riptide. I believe I said Mosh Pit. After the namesake of my team, of course. Right. We do see that this team of under new management is still down talent, so they're kind of just playing it safe. They're not going to be objective so far, but still they are about a level and a half to a level and a third down on experience, so you do see them just looking to make an alternative play as opposed to the objective. Sure, they have a very good fight for their objective, but both teams do. However, we do see a forward push top, and just it looks like the blue team of Boogans Forever are going to rotate to kind of try to stop that, as we see both Stitches and we're getting there first. Looks like they want to hit hook combo. Silver kind of slides out, doesn't quite really get out. However, nothing really is found from all that, except Frozen Punisher is taken, and we did see that front wall going down, so yeah. In terms of kills, there was nothing. In terms of PvE, a lot went down. However, we will see that Punisher, that Frozen Punisher of that, pushing straight on to a fort, and that usually means that fort is going to die. Lo and behold, it dies. The red team has to keep in mind here that... Oh, that's Curse Bullet. That'll be likely Campbell is going down. They're trying to get out. Excellent by Pilo. Pilo does get hit by the Tahaka tongue, and that will mean Campbell is able to escape. Anduin and friends getting... Tahaka, Anduin and friends getting there at very good timing. Non-champion very much wants to hit everyone with that firebomb. We do see the stun full combo going out, and that will be... That will indeed be EC going down. That was just a bit too much damage for someone such as Malfurion to handle. Have some patience on Reptile though, letting it go last second to watch that. Now, bit missed communication there, but we will see Pillow getting relatively low. But they are barely running away. They do get out. They need to actually full disengage, and we do see the QE there. That good old movement combo from the Grey main. Huh. Oh, Stitches go for cheeky hooks. I like it a lot. Oh, this... Man. Junkrat Trap ASMR just... Oof. Just hearing it chase you around as you slowly have a bigger and bigger panic. You see Bunny Hop over Diva in the backline, however this seems very disconnected from the rest of the team. Sure, you're zoning out non-champion, but now you do have Liddell in their backline not supporting her backline. You see a lot of CC coming out onto Silver. Silver sure ate a lot of damage there and just... Oh shoot, sorry. Silver did eat a lot of damage there, however, it wasn't really any meaningful damage as it was able to just be almost immediately healed up. It basically just taken care of, I don't know how else to say. Yeah. That's how it is. Sorry about that. We're in a Meebus Tide cast, Line Bus Tide cast. Boy howdy, my tires. We do see now that the siege is coming through once again for the side of under Newb management. It's interesting to see that, I guess Campbellas did go Master Assassin. We're on Master Assassin 6 stacks already. That is getting up there in terms of attack speed. That is at a 16% attack speed bonus, and that does account to Odin as well. So we'll see that auto attack speed on Odin getting much faster as we see the game going along. Well, not much faster, but up to 25%, which is nothing to scoff at by any means. I'm surprised with the comp that under Newb management have. They haven't been able to take a building out faster, because both Junkrat and, well, Junkrat not so much, but can do. But definitely Greymane are kind of known for their PvE prowess and their ability just to kind of tear open structures and all enemies alike. So we see this game that there is still very safe play by the side of other Newb management, while the side of Boogans Forever are getting much more aggressive. As you see, Kael'thas is kind of trying to full combo things alone, while the side of under Newb management are kind of just managing lanes, getting the soak up, and we do see they have caught up in that level 16 talent tier. Ooh, I've got hiccups. Oh, we're looking for something here. Stitches went for the hook, didn't quite find anything. And that may prove to be very good for the side of under Newb management, as they do kind of need this to balance it up. Silver dropping the Encore for not much reason. Pushing buttons fun. But we do see that Mosh is up and ready to go. Ooh, not quite the best hook from Bummernaut. Just more a scouting hook, if you will. We do see that. Once again, we're in the top lane actually for Punisher. We've gone top, bot, top. And we do see it is a mortared Punisher this time, so it should be very interesting to see how this goes. And that hook finds Silver. Silver gets gorged, that's pull out. However, ETC not necessarily the best choice. Oh, Silver nearly got out of it. We do see Liddell dropping bomb to help get out. Tompiece does have their hook dodge. Liddell just running down to make sure they're not found out. Well, never mind. Bummernaut did find the hook onto them. However, they will be able to jet booster out. You see Tongue coming out of it again. Dahaka does have that auto attack talent. And that is a good Mosh getting at least one person. But however, not able to find much. Diva goes down to Dahaka, which I'm going to quickly look at. Dahaka to go that Tongue build. You see Tongue coming out now on the Greymane. Greymane's needs to go down. Silver does have to slide out. Allen by default also having to run away. Excellent Emerald Dreams route, just slowing down Tompiece at least. Tompiece trying to bush hop. That is Silver getting hooked. That is Silver going down. And I was about to say, I'd like to see a end call here from Boogans, at least a call to open up every structure. Just because, well, we do see that Storm talent advantage coming through. We do see that they have a 5v2 going on. Right, looking at Storm talent advantage, we do see the Contagion from Dahaka. Flamethrower from Kael'thas. Big red button from Tychus. Do not tell me. Master Hooker from Stitches, and Anduin went the Chastise the stun. And Diva tried it once again, did not quite go down. Bummernaut does get Light Bomb, and that will be Malfurion going down. We're likely to see a turnaround once again, maybe. EC only coming back up, and they have a healer advantage. See, and now here's where I talked about Stitches. Like as I said earlier game, Stitches is very good at getting picks, and we've just seen that kind of stagger death time and time again, and we're just seeing that kind of Boogans Forever kind of making sure that they have a lead, and Bummernaut is doing well enough to hit those hooks, so they maintain that lead. Don't get me wrong, we do see that under Newb management are doing the right things at the right time. They're actually trying their best to catch back up, but just because of that Stitches hook, it just kind of means that all your good plans can be just kind of washed away as just one hook comes in from nowhere and all of a sudden you're down a player, which is not something a lot of teams can deal with. Having only 4 people on the map makes people a lot more scared, and we have seen that kind of what's the word for it? Respect kind of with the positioning on under Newb management because of the Stitches. So we just kind of see them miss out on a few key kind of break points. We've watched them miss out on a few kind of key moments. Mortar Punisher is actually getting ripped pretty fast. However, Diva bunny hopping in the back does have to drop bomb. Bomb does have a living bomb on it. This Punisher should be able to jump against her. And very good for the side of Boogans Forever that was bouncing, kind of brought down to that mid keep. And that is a very well timed stun by Thundercats. Cats will take down the ETC as they are unable to escape. We see an excellent fight coming out here. Ellen by default trying their best. We do see that Tranquility just kind of keeping everyone up with their armor. We do see Pyro Bomb coming out to Liddell. Liddell did have the... Yeah, Katsu. Like the... Chicken Katsu? I don't know. Anyway, we do see that for just there is the end call here as we do see Odin Pot. We see everyone just kind of stunning all that call. Liddell is demech'd and they'll be them losing all their health relatively quick and they do go down. We do see actually rather low seasons here. This Tiger's just... That speed getting wrapped up on that attack speed once again. They walk straight into the sleep route, have a nice nap. We do actually see a lot of your members of Under Newb Management getting low here. However, that is the Malfurion going down. Sneaky Glades gets pulled back in. Maybe the passive finds something. Nope, does not. Tom Pieces next go down. Just got a bit too aggressive on Pilo. And that will be the side of Boogans Forever hitting the core. EC does use that Mosh. We do see the Kalefisk going down. However, it's a little bit too late as that is a GG by call by both sides. And that will be the map and the series going over to the side of Boogans Forever. As I make sure I tick this. And I shall transition. Well, when I remember how buttons work, over to here. Because everyone loves a little bit of the stats. Anyway, we do see that in the end, again, the healer's still very close, but however, Thundercats once again barely kind of beating up Ellen by default. With the Anduin once again, just kind of doing a bit, not once again, but excuse, they swap sides between maps and now I'm very confused. Anyway, we do see that they also went with that Piercing Light talent, and they only got 2 stacks this time, but that is double the last map. Anyway, looking at it here, we do see that, yep, those are relatively close. They also had relatively close damage and healing. Maybe Malfurion wasn't hitting quite enough of those W's, so it will be too hard to tell. However, just looking at things a bit more, we do see that there's such a large kind of kill difference between the two, and I'm wondering what really kind of happened to Under Newb Management this game, but without knowing comms, without being able to talk to anyone, that's a bit hard. I can speak about the offlane. They both match each other very well, both sitting at 21k soak. However, Dahaka just didn't quite die out as much. They did actually get Diva killed off a couple of times, so they were able to pull ahead there. What else am I looking at? Really, with this, just the pick comp of the side of Boogans Forever did pay off in the end. Stitches did hit enough of those hooks where the side of Under Newb Management was down one enough for basically just a snowball effect. Well, meanwhile, I did like the comp of Under Newb Management. I did like the team fight style comp. Just constantly being one person down is very hard to deal with. Looking at talents real quick, we did see a lot of these quests getting actually finished off. If anyone like to try a build and want to breathe into the builds with me, just have a brief look. Maybe you want to try something here yourself. Here they are. Interesting to see the Greymane did go that Wizened Duelist. Something we do not see much, purely because if you die, you lose half the stacks, and that could be losing anywhere up to 15% auto attack damage, which a lot of people kind of don't like losing things such as that. Other than that, we do see Stitches kept their full gambit up, very impressive. Tychus managed to complete Master Assassin, getting that 15%, 25% attack speed bonus. Other than that, there's nothing really that leaps out to me. Like, maybe the only thing is the Anduin going Chastise at 20, because you usually see the Light Bomb upgrade, but that's getting a bit nitpicky. It was a very good, all in all, it was a very good match by both sides. Right, I'm going to quickly throw it over to the map view screen, just so we can see where this went. We did see that Boogans Forever did win the series 2-0 with both that Brex's holdout and the Infernal Shrines win. So they'll be moving through to the Coastal semi-final. No, not Coastal because it's one division. Yeah, they'll be moving to the semi-finals, I believe, of Div A. I'm not quite sure how Div A's tournament structure works, just because it is one large div. You know what? I will actually just go look. I can always do that, huh? I can always just go, hey, NGS site, Div A. I can't pull this up. I'm not that bright. Teams. Nope. Scheduled tournament. I love how this zooms in every time. Yeah. So they won their round of the quarterfinals. However, unsure who they will be up against next, as they'll be either up against the number 1 ranked Probius, or the number 8 ranked Minavel. So it'll be very interesting to see where we move into from here. But yeah, that is all from me, really. I do not have much more to say about this cast. I have to say, both teams did excellent under Newb. Management did try their best, but that just last stitches pit comp was a bit too much for them to overcome. But right, it's been a wonderful cast this evening. Unfortunately, I'm not casting as much at the moment just because all the casts get picked up during the day. I want a replay to cast, but no. Turns out everyone can suddenly cast everything. I'm just sitting here like, man, I want to be involved. And whenever I do try, if the games are picked up before the weekend, I'm just sitting here just crying a little bit on the inside. But anyway, that'll be all from me. I wish everyone in chat a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good midnight, good early morning, good, as some people would say, golf girl hours. But anyway, that will be all from me, and I wish you all a good night. I'm messing up my outro. Coke asked me if I ever get a game you could have. I'll look into that. Okay. But anyway, I will see you all in Nexus. Goodbye. So I forget where all my buttons are. Yep, as I said, see you on the Nexus. Goodbye.